My name is Godinez, and I've been at Children's Bureau at the Corbin Family Resource Center in Santa Ana for over 10 years. I am the point person that oversees the day-to-day activities and plans out the workshops and the events that will happen. And I'm there for support for staff, and also in any cases when we have crisis or emergencies come up, I'm there to help everyone. I am particularly passionate about the work that we do at Corbin because I'm part of this community. I live in Santa Ana and I grew up in Santa Ana, just right across the street from the Family Resource Center. And as a child, was able to participate in the after-school programs that were offered there. Corbin Family Resource Center is a one-stop shop where we are there to assist the community with any types of needs. Many times, people will walk into the Family Resource Center and not know really what they need. So we'll sit down with them, assess where they're at, and really focusing on the strengths of the family, we'll work on what are the priorities that they might have. My job is to help initially and refer them over to our case manager, who will then work more longer term with the families and help them be able to connect to the resources that they need. Some of the challenges that families are facing in Orange County, particularly in Santa Ana, that we see is the lack of affordable housing. Also, a lot of families have been impacted by being laid off or reduction in employment hours, and that's added a lot of stressors to the family and financial strains. Families might be also going through, on top of all that, domestic violence or intimate partner violence. And also Santa Ana, as well as many other cities like Santa Ana, don't have enough safe spaces for children to play. The work we do at the Family Resource Center is very rewarding. We really can see the difference that we make in each family's life. Just to see them, how they come in initially in crisis or going through very difficult family situations, to see them at graduation or once we close their cases and they're in a whole other place. Many times we hear about the families and how they're doing years later. In a case where we had a youth begin services with us through our Youth Action Council, which is a volunteer group that we have at Corbin Family Resource Center focused on arts. He started volunteering at the center that way, and soon we found out he had to do his community service hours because he was caught tagging, and there was a lot more going on in the home. Mom was going through domestic violence. She was also dealing with some health concerns, and this child was just dealing with a lot of stress. We were able to connect him to counseling and his mother to the different classes and support groups and our family support specialist at the center. They did really well when they had finished with services, but later on we found out that this youth had pursued a career in art and continued with his college degree. The Family Resource Center helps build connections due to the trust that the community has in us. Many times families come in and might be very isolated and they don't have the support system that they need to go through the difficult times that they might be going through. Through the center, they might attend a parenting class or support group and feel connections with other people that are going through something similar. They might come back years later and recommend a friend and bring them to the resource center or let them know this is a place where you could get help. Our community trusts us, as we trust this community as well. We have been in this community since the 70s, so people know that this space exists. Family resource centers are very important for our communities. They offer safe space for families to get support, to be empowered, to give back. So if you can support your local Family Resource Center by donating, by volunteering or by recommending somebody come in to get the help.